Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings to all humanity in general. Peace and blessings to the melanated. Peace and blessings to mentellect, bright, black, Latino, white, Asian, Arab, Chinese, Hindu, all forms of mankind, all faiths, religions, belief, atheist, agnostic, people of all walks of life, all cultures, races, or or whatever form of life you want to call it. Welcome back to your extra mini home, for lack of a better word, if you so choose. This is the channel for all peoples. More one-man army against racism, conscious human freedom. This is your host, administrator, and humble servant, Brother Henry or Hank Soul Conscious, number 4400 or 4400, back in this online zone, delivering another pristine, fine, and genuine new video. I'm giving it to you straight from the online zone, as smooth as a fresh out of the ice cream machine cone. It's me, that positive guy. No need to ask why. Don't be shy. Anyway, all the info is in the last few weeks, captions and verbally and in writing and captions, so I don't really need to do any major announcements in this one. Let's dive right into the topic. This is volume 1, part 2 of the proposal of evolutionary cultural collectivism, ECC, also known as ECC for short, or just plain cultural collectivism. So either ECC or CC for short. I'm not crazy. I'm not making this up off the top of my head. For several years now, I've been thinking about what can I do, both as individually as well as working collectively with others, as a responsible person in this world, to play my part in trying to help to fight and decrease racism and discrimination. Even though I don't know, who knows if we'll ever be able to come to 100% resolution. It's looking a little grim, but anything that can at least help decrease it or fight it, even if we can't eliminate it 100%, I think it's worth a try. This is my objective, unbiased proposal. Please don't jump to any conclusions or rush to judgment. Make sure that you watch all parts of this mini-series, because if you watch one part without the others, there may be stuff missing, or you may not be able to follow me or get the full picture. Not that it's mandatory, but I would definitely strongly suggest it, because in order for you to have the best chance to fully and objectively grasp, just listen to what I'm about to say with open mind. Don't rush to any judgments or jump to conclusions. But if you still feel that your previous methods or methods from the past or previous would be better, then so be it. Now, as we know, in the past, there was a period of time where in the U.S. there was segregation. That only worked for a certain period of time, and then people fought to end it because they didn't feel like people should be forced to. If it was to be that way, it should be something free will, more like a peaceful or voluntary separation, like how some of the Indians voluntarily live on reservations and stuff like that, I guess, maybe as a general example. And like I said, I'm not here to attack or pick on any particular group or incite hatred. That's not my intention. I'm simply here to offer an additional suggestion that may be helpful. If you feel that there's stuff you could add to it to improve it or make it better, feel free to comment and let me know. But basically, it also ties into part of the motto of the channel: think right, reflect right, live right, do right, and be right. Basically, you would plug in where you fit in. You have the different cultures and races. We tried segregation. That didn't work. Not that I'm knocking any of the previous methods or attacking them. I'm not trying to play favorites or sound biased, but we tried segregation for a period of time. People rebelled. They took it down. They didn't want that anymore. People have offered separation, but here's the problem with each of the methods. people of, even though they may sound good in theory or on paper to some people, and even though if you could get one to work, it may help decrease the problem, but so far in history we haven't been able to get enough people on board for any one method to have any real like lasting effect to work to the level that we want. We've also tried multiculturalism, that failed. With my method, we're going to, you know, pull from positives and let go of the negatives as much as possible. Uh, People, you have the different cultures and nations of people, like not to offend anyone, I'll use colors instead of people. Instead of saying black, Asian, or white, I'll say apple or oranges or whatever. Right now you have all these different groups, and in spite of all the methods we tried in the past, none of them have worked to satisfaction yet, or if they partly have, but we can't seem to get enough of the population of the different nations, cultures, or tribes on board with it. So it gets to, it still doesn't help us to solve the problem. But with this method, we all learn and progress from each sharing infos from each other on an evolutionary level. We stay positive. We limit or eliminate negativity as much as possible. We be time and otherwise efficient. And note, each group can peacefully keep their culture, history, and traits and learn and strengthen each other. You know, because right now what we have is a big mess. You have this group, the apples and the oranges, the pears, everyone fights, people can't get along. Inside their group, sometimes they can't get along enough outside their group, as close to 100% as possible. The oranges are constantly fighting the oranges, and then they're fighting people outside the oranges group. The purples have their infighting among the purples and outside their group. So basically what we have is chaos. We have a bunch of separate groups, everybody doing their own agendas, running wild, trying to do their own agendas, which are only giving us partial results instead of more fuller results, because nobody is trying to go the extra mile to put their differences aside to find a more holistic common ground method. That is why I'm proposing evolutionary ECC, or evolutionary cultural collectivism, or cultural collectivism, or for a little bit shorter, ECC or CC, where each culture, nation, or tribe, you can retain your own separate identity and history while sharing info from each other. So let's say we would plug in where we fit in, for lack of a better term. So let's say I happen to be an orange and I could be giving a lecture on my culture. We could be in a group sipping a latte while the purples are sharing next part of their info, and then I learn from them in that lecture and take notes. And the greens come later and they do their own presentation, or let's say their culture is a heavy music culture, they give a music performance. And I know some of you are saying, well, this sounds like what we've tried before, but it's not, because when we've tried it before, we haven't tried it, given it things a chance to be conducive enough. We've tried it before, but what it is that we haven't tried it in a holistic way that involves enough people from the different sides. If we apply this holistically, I think it will help to tremendously reduce, within a couple or few generations, it will help to tremendously reduce racism and discrimination, because now there's no reason to fight and hate each other anymore. No one's saying that you have to do away with what makes your tribe or nation unique. If you want, you can be atheist, or you can keep your different culture, tradition, religion. You plug in where you fit in. But if you still feel like this isn't for you, or you want to apply it, but you just don't, but you still feel more comfortable with your group, that's the beauty of it. You can stay mostly with your group, or you could do a combination in the middle, or you could stay with the other group, but still keep the positive parts of your cultural heritage, while instead of doing away with the negatives like the unfair stereotypes, the myths, and all of that stuff, so that this way the best of each nation is represented. We all can learn from each other. It'll foster a higher level of respect for diversity. And after a couple or few generations, you know, the problem will begin to go down because people will be more tolerable, will be able to have more conventions, conferences, and meetings holistically in the different tribes to come to common grounds more with all out the infighting and the outfighting, the dual fighting and the chaos like we have now. So just let it marinate on your mind, consider it. I'm going to go into it in more detail. I don't want to go too overboard or overload you. I don't want this video to be too long, so I can't fully explain every single aspect, even in the full mini-series. But just to continue where we left off, I'm going to stop here for now. We're going to pick up with more details into it in the continuation of this, either in the next or a future video. But like I said, look at parts 1 and 2 of this. Let me know what you think. If there's something you want to add to it, let me know. Remember, even if this channel isn't for you, it may be beneficial to someone else. Spread the word, like, share, subscribe, bubble in the bell to be notified of future videos. Don't just limit yourself to the most recent posts. This channel is only a little over 5 or 6 months old. Go back to all the videos from the beginning when you get a chance, if you like. Copy, spread, share those as well, even if you've already seen them, or some may not be benefit to you. There's different topics under the sun. I'm sure there's probably at least one topic that you may like or find interest, but if not, share it to others that you know, because it may help them. Thank you all for your support, all my regular subscribers, visitors, occasional and brand new people. I wish you all the best in life. Remember to think right, reflect right, live right, be right, and do right. Stay well, take care of your loved ones, relatives, friends, acquaintances, family, co-worker, otherwise. Exercise, eat right, based on whatever conditions or your health is, or what conditions you have, or your bodily status. Make sure you take care of yourself. See your doctor if applicable. Get your checkups. Be good to yourselves. Live by the golden rule. Be good to those around you. Peace, love, and harmony. Like, share, subscribe. All the best to you. I hope all is well. If not, I hope that it may get better soon. This is Brother Henry or Hank Soul Conscious, Volume 1, Part 2 of ECC or CC signing out. Please keep checking and visiting the channel as often as you like. You're number one here. Your voice matters more than mine. I'm just a servant. This is your home. Feel free to comment. Let your voice be known. If you have trouble posting your comments, send a message or email me. I'll copy paste it for you. As long as it's not overly offensive or beyond the range of reason, feel free to speak your mind. So I'm just here to jumpstart the conversation. You guys can pick up from here. Let me know what you think. Sorry, this video is a few minutes longer than usual, but I just wanted to go into some depth to explain it as objectively as possible. But I will be continuing in future video. Thank you all so much for your time. All the best in life. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, 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 peace.